Craig and Neil continue to stay committed to this source material that everyone loves so much. They're uncompromising in the vision of that adaptation.
This character means the world to me. I've been with this for many, many years. You've done it justice and then some, and for that I'm incredibly grateful.
Thank you. Thanks, Dave. You guys are the best that I've ever seen and been a part of. There's nobody like it, guys.
When we were talking about how to lay the season out, we knew that we wanted to return to Joel. Not because we felt like people would miss him. We all miss him, and we're gonna miss him. But rather because there was something beautiful about a return and a recontextualization of the events that happened between season 1 and where we meet Joel and Ellie again in episode 1 of season 2. What did occur, and when did she find out?
A remark Craig made early on when we were breaking the season was like, oh, what if we flash back to Joel's childhood? And I'm like, I never thought about that. And we get to see the kind of programming that Joel had as a kid by this guy that was doing his best with how he knew to raise his kids. And part of it was to hit them.
I'm gonna get the belt.
No, you're not. I will.
What we come to understand is that Joel has been behaving as protector of the weak and perhaps somebody who's got a little bit of a savior complex since he was a kid.
We see in teenage Joel the same Joel in his 50s, willing to put his body in between the people he loves and pain. And we're also seeing him willing to lie for those people, even if that means going toe-to-toe with his violent father.
You're not gonna hurt him.
Joel is standing up for his little brother here and expects fully that he's gonna be hit. And his father does something unexpected, which is to try to rationalize why he does what he does. His own son pokes holes in the argument in such a way that finally, Joel's father has to kind of admit that he doesn't know what he's doing.
You know, when it's your turn, I hope you do a little better than me.
And in that moment, what we're offering is a sense that there isn't just pain, trauma, and violence that can be passed down from generation to generation. There is also a sense of improvement and growth and progress as humans.
Each one of these flashbacks is a different birthday for Ellie. These gestures of love from Joel contrasted with the relationship just deteriorating felt like a really interesting angle on this episode.
The subject matter is just, it's so beautiful. I feel like some of the most iconic scenes from the video game come from the flashback stuff. The space capsule, the dinosaur.
Oh my God. It is a dinosaur! Joel!
Like it? Yeah. Likes it.
We started the exterior. The exterior was a lot of fun. In the game, when Ellie climbs the dinosaur, the set tech team came through with a giant T-Rex that we brought in. I think Neil and Ksenia, our cinematographer, even climbed it themselves.
Yeah! What a motherfucking dinosaur!
So the museum sequence starts with this star hallway. It was very challenging to shoot because it was very dark and the stars didn't want to glow.
Just on a whim, one of my art directors came to the lighting test with a bunch of little rhinestones and things that he'd picked up at a dollar store. We lined the entire hall with velvet and then bedazzled the entire hallway. And it worked amazingly well. You can't feel the walls in there because of the velvet just absorbs everything, and these things feel like stars.
They come into the Space Museum, and there's an orrery. It's a model that depicts the movement of the planets around the sun, exactly how they move in space and time. And we built one from scratch that mimicked the orrery that was in the game.
It works?
Somebody must have greased it.
Before Game 2 even came out, Craig came by Naughty Dog and we were gonna start breaking season 1 of the show. And I'm like, hey, you wanna see something from Game 2? He's like, of course. And I loaded up the sequence on the PlayStation where they get into this space capsule and we get to go inside Ellie's head and how she imagines what it would be like to fly to space. And we leave reality for a moment as we're with her imagination, and then we come back. And I'll never forget, Craig goes, that has to be in the show exactly like that.
Already in the game, it is so detailed. And based on that, we built like an enhanced experience.
The capsule has been built to specification. The lighting outside is 2 cranes manned by 2 crews that have to move it manually in a particular angle and choreography and timing for it to all work. That was a really special moment to be able to get that and do it justice.
I do okay.
Are you kidding me?
There isn't anything better than creating happiness for somebody that you love. In no exaggerated way, there's nothing more important to him than Ellie's happiness.
When a kid has a parental figure, take an interest and like really see them and see what they love and do something special, I think it just means the world to her.
He's demonstrating how much he knows Ellie. He knows the thing she loves the most. And he gives it to her in the best way one could in this world. And for a moment in time, they're both happy and they both love each other. And this is the happiest we'll ever see them.
Oh shit, Eugene.
There are a number of mysteries that we've been playing throughout this season, and one of them was seeded right in episode 1. What happened with Eugene?
We know Joel has killed Eugene. We already know this. So now when we meet him, there's going to be this tension for the viewer that if they remember this fact of like, is this where it happens? How is this going to go down? Oh, he's bitten. This is definitely where it happens. And the key to unlocking that scene was the lie that Joel tells Ellie.
I promise.
Neil and I thought it was important to give Ellie a moment where her suspicions that had been percolating for years about what he told her at the end of season 1 needed to finally be confirmed. She needed some small piece of evidence, and here was the evidence. It was the look in his eyes. He looked her right in the eyes and he said, I promise. And then he broke that promise and shot Eugene anyway.
I see her.
She knows now. These doubts and these thoughts that she's had for years are confirmed by the death of Eugene and by Joel lying about saving him, taking him home to see Gail.
He begged to see you. He had time. Joel promised to take him to you. He promised us both.
Ellie reveals that to Gail, not because she wants Gail to feel bad, but because she wants to punish Joel for what he did.
You swore.
She didn't say you promise, because actually in the scene before, he's like, I promise I won't hurt Eugene. But she's used the word swore, and that's by design, because she's not referencing that moment alone. She's also referencing when Joel swore to her at the end of season 1.
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Eugene is an articulation of the fact that Ellie can never move on from this decision Joel made. And his death is just another in this tragic line of deaths that could have been prevented because he selfishly chose his kid over the world.
I love the fact that Ellie turns around and goes back to speak to Joel. Ellie's been living with these doubts and these fears and this knowledge for so many years.
There's no denying the courage that Ellie demonstrates in confronting Joel, and out of respect and ultimately love, he can't lie to them anymore. Even if that means ultimately losing Ellie, his final act of love is telling her the truth.
Making a cure would have killed you.
Then I was supposed to die. That was my purpose. My life would have fucking mattered, but you took that from me. You took it from everyone.
The porch scene was maybe the most nervous I've ever been directing anything. I went up to Pedro and Bella right before, and I just wanted to let them know this one means a lot to a lot of people. And I don't know why I was nervous, because they're both so brilliant at what they do.
That was a really special day. There was an element of like literally everything falling away and it just being me and Pedro in a moment together, which is really special, quite rare.
And I'm watching Pedro and Bella be Joel and Ellie. have this confession, have this back and forth, and see Ellie forgive Joel, or want to forgive Joel, want to start towards this place of forgiveness that's very hard for her. I'm crying on the set, and I'm looking around, other people are crying on the set, and I'm like, fuck yeah, we did it. I truly hope that fans feel the same way.
I don't think I can forgive you for this. But I would like to try.
That last porch scene is the last conversation Ellie ever has with Joel. It's her last memory of Joel, and it is now our last memory of Joel. And it puts us squarely in Ellie's POV and Ellie's heartache. In that last moment, we are launching you into why she's willing to make choices that sacrifice her soul. So as you watch her make these nightmarish choices, you understand that it's coming from a warped place of love and loss.